Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. All of these items here you see on the table are items that you're going to want to have on hand when you're boondocking or off-grid camping. Now it looks like a lot, and it is, but you know, over the long winter months you can pick up a couple things every week, or you can come up with a schedule where you pick an item up every paycheck, and before you know it, you'll have most of these items picked up. I'm not going to do them in any particular order, but if you get most of these items, it'll make your boondocking or off-grid camping more enjoyable. Okay, so the first thing you want to make sure you have enough of is propane. This is a 20-pound tank. You can use it for heating and cooking. You can actually have 2 of these on hand. One for your camper and one for your big buddy heater. I use this for my backup heat. If I lose the camper heater, then I have this. It hooks up directly to the 20-pound tank here. You can also hook up 1-pound tanks, but they're more expensive and they don't last very long. And you can also hook up to your 20-pound tank here with this hose. Don't use a barbecue hose, get the proper buddy heater hose. Yeah, so I think propane is the most important thing that you're going to want to have enough of, so that's why I have 2. Like I said, one for my camper, one for my big buddy heater, so that way there, if something happens in my camper, I have 20 pounds of propane just for my buddy heater. It does run on batteries for the fan, but even if you don't have the fan going or you don't have batteries or something happens, this thing heats like a monster even without the fan, so don't even worry about it. I have a review on this big buddy heater on my channel. Go check it out and you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay, you're also going to want to have 1 or 2 of these deep cycle batteries. This is going to power your pop-up or RV, your lights, your water pump, little things like that. You can also buy an inverter to hook up to these batteries, so you can charge your phone, your laptop, just small things like that, depending on your application. Now this is a very small inverter. It's only 500 watt. You can see there the items that you can plug into it. So depending, like I said, on your application, make sure you have the right inverter, the right size batteries with enough amp hours. Don't use car batteries that are just 12 volt. Those aren't made for depleting and recharging hundreds of times. You got to get a deep cycle battery. Now for keeping your batteries charged while you're off grid, you're going to need a solar panel. So this is a 40 watt. A good rule of thumb to figure out how many amps you're going to get back into your batteries during the day is this is 40 watts, so you divide that by 2, so you're going to get about 2 amp. Now 2 amp is just a trickle charge, it's not very much, but for my application or my situation, it's fine. If you have a lot of kids or there's a whole gang of you camping, you're going to need big batteries, big amp hours, big inverter, and big solar. Okay, so usually the fridge in a pop-up camper or an RV is, it's not that big, but if you need some extra storage, these Ozark Trail coolers are really nice. There's a pocket here, there's some storage here on the side. What I like about it is it's not real thick. It's just, you can see here, the wall isn't very thick, but it insulates very well. And it's a very good cooler, so you throw some ice packs in there and you're good to go for food. Now, one of the most important things boondocking, off-grid camping, is keeping your feet dry. So you're going to want to get a good pair of rubber boots like this. These are lined. These are Kamek. They are rated for -40. I've worn them outside in the winter. They're very good. What I like about them is, you have to go to the bathroom at night. You just slip them on. You go out of your pop-up camper, RV, whatever. Come back in, slip them off. And you can also wear them all seasons, you know, spring when it's wet, summer, winter. You can wear them in the woods, you can wear them cutting wood. They're an overall great boot. You're also going to want to have a good couple of pairs of gloves on hand. You know, you don't want to injure yourself or hurt yourself while you're off-gridding, especially if you're far away from a hospital. So I got 2 pairs here. These pair I wear for chopping wood and splitting wood or handling, you know, firewood. And then these Husqvarna ones are really, really good. These I'm going to use for the chainsaw. So you want to keep a couple pairs of gloves on hand. You're always going to need them for sure. Speaking of hands, you have some of these hand warmers also on hand. You never know, even in the summer when the temperature can drop or you can get cold, these you just open up and they get really hot. You keep them in your hands, you can keep them in your pockets, you can keep them in your socks, and they're great to have. Again, I'm not doing these in any particular order, so I'm just moving across the table here. Very important also to have a lot of lighters on hand. These are Bic. I love Bic lighters. I've had this pack probably for 4 years now, and they still light no problem. I do keep items like this though in a plastic bag. It's easier to control the humidity. So yeah, make sure you have enough lighters, matches, whatever. That brings me over here to this next item. This is a fire starter. These things are really great. So you stick a couple of these when you're making a fire, and they burn each one for, I think it says 10 or 11 minutes. Oh, there we go. 10 to 13 minutes they burn. So this is good to have on hand in case you have some wet wood or have trouble lighting your fire, no kindling. So speaking of lighting fires and firewood, I have this really nice hatchet. I haven't used it yet. It's brand new, but it's one of the things I picked up over the winter for this year's camping season. And yeah, it's good for cutting kindling, good for cutting trails, and it's really good to have on hand. This is another thing I picked up. This is I call a pulp hook. Some other people might call it something else. This is really good when you're by yourself and you're picking up logs or even firewood, small pieces of firewood. You hook this in the one side and use your hand on the other side. It makes things a lot easier. I do have a chainsaw. I do not have it here. It's just a small poulan. But I have I bought one of these. This is a little 15-inch saw, but it cuts any type of wood. So again, it's a backup if you don't have a chainsaw or anything like that. These things here, there, I got it out of the case now. These things here are really good. You can see the teeth, really, really good. These things stay sharp forever, and you can cut anything with it. You know, if you're building something, you can cut with it. If you're just cutting firewood, you can use it for anything. So it's great to have on hand for sure. All right, these lanterns are very handy to have as well. They're solar powered only, and they're a lamp at night, and they're also a bug killer at night. So they're very good to have on hand. I try to buy as much solar as I can so I don't have to lug or worry about batteries. I did a review on these two on my channel if you want to go check that out. I also did a review on this solar powered flashlight. This is something I picked up over the winter as well. I just wanted one flashlight that didn't take any batteries, and this one's solar powered, or if you unscrew this part here where the compass is, you can charge it USB. So I could charge this up basically on this, no problem. Yeah, so if you want to check that out, go ahead. I do recommend you do have get a headlamp like this, so when you need your two hands to do something, you can still see. So instead of having like 50 different flashlights, now I only have this one, And I have this one headlamp for working, and that's it. I like these Mosquito Shield coils. They work very well. There are all kinds of things on the market for mosquitoes, but I think these work really well. I've been using them for years. So you want to keep a lot of these on hand, you know, in case the bugs are bad. And speaking of bugs, you're going to also want to make sure you have a lot of insect repellent. This stuff here is great outdoors. I think you buy this at Walmart, but honestly, this great outdoor stuff, the cream works even better than the spray. If you put this on, there will be no bugs around you. They don't come around you for miles. I don't know what it is, but anyway, great outdoors. I think you buy it at Walmart. Before I was talking about lighting, I just picked this up at a secondhand store for $5, so I couldn't resist. It's not solar. It takes 4D batteries, but for $5 I couldn't resist. It lights up really well, so I have a backup now. Has a low and a high setting. LED works really well. That's again the thing. I try to get solar and I try to stick to certain items. But if you can find a good deal, like I said, this. It's got a handle for hanging. It's Coleman. If you find good deals, just pick them up, right? Why not? That's the thing about, you know, heating and power and lighting. You can never have too much. So always have a backup for your backup. All right, we've gone through a lot of items. I think this is the last one. This is a 10-inch Lodge cast iron Dutch oven. It has legs on it. You can see here. Yeah, so it has legs on it here, so you can put it on the fire or the coals, or just put some charcoal bricks under here and cook directly on the charcoal. Now, these things are great. You can pretty well cook anything in these. And I mean, they're amazing because, you know, you can fry up something in it, take that out and put something else in it and just cook everything in the same thing. And then you just have one pot to clean up. And the good thing about cast iron is you don't use any soap. So as long as you can get some hot water some way, you're good to go. This is a 10-inch. You know, they have 12-inch, which, I mean, this is 10-inch and it's pretty big. If you can cook probably for a family of 4 in here. Anyway, these things work great. Get one. You can cook all your meals in this and it'll be great. Alright guys, I'm going to end the video there. Thanks for tuning in and watching. If you're new, please subscribe. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button. I appreciate the support for my small channel. Hit the bell icon for notifications of new videos. Leave comments below. Until next time.